Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. Are you a passionate believer in liberty and democracy? Are you concerned about the growing infiltration of Marxist and socialist ideology in our politics, media, and culture? This podcast was created by a citizen of the United States who was born and raised in Romania, a socialist country in Eastern Europe, during the 1970s and 1980s. As more and more members of our youth pivot towards Marxism, socialism, and communism in the United States of America and beyond, now, more than ever, it is important to focus on liberty and democracy, instead of the alluring Marxist and socialist trends which, as history repeatedly has shown, lead to repressive authoritarian regimes. Marxism does not lead to utopia either in the United States of America, or anywhere else in the world. Let us question governments, policies, and manufactured social progressivism. Let us go back to the times when it was okay for us to agree to disagree.
Understanding propaganda in Socialist Romania under Nicolae Ceausescu's dictatorship. Throughout history, the use of media as a tool for propaganda has been a common practice by governments seeking to control the narrative and influence public opinion. One such example can be seen in Socialist Romania under the dictatorship of Nicolae Ceausescu. During his regime, the media played a significant role in shaping the perceptions of the Romanian people and promoting the ideologies of the ruling party. The rise of Nicolae Ceausescu and the role of media. Nicolae Ceausescu rose to power in Romania in the 1960s, becoming the General Secretary of the Romanian Communist Party and later the country's president. As he consolidated his power, Ceausescu and his regime utilized various forms of media to maintain control over the population. State-controlled newspapers, radio, television, and other forms of communication became tools through which propaganda was disseminated. Propaganda through state-controlled media. Under Ceausescu's dictatorship, the media in Romania was tightly controlled by the state. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, and television programs were all subject to censorship and manipulation to ensure that only the regime's propaganda was presented to the public. Any dissenting voices or information contrary to the official narrative were suppressed. Cult of personality and propaganda. Central to Ceausescu's propaganda efforts was the cultivation of a cult of personality around the leader himself. Portrayed as a heroic figure and a savior of the Romanian people, Ceausescu's image was carefully crafted and promoted through various media channels. Posters, films, and speeches glorified his leadership and portrayed him as the embodiment of the socialist ideals of the regime. Manipulating information and controlling narratives. In Socialist Romania, the regime used the media not only to promote Ceausescu's image, but also to control information and shape narratives to suit its agenda. News reports were often fabricated or manipulated to portray the regime in a positive light and suppress any opposition or dissent. The media served as a powerful tool for shaping public perception and stifling any form of dissent or criticism. Legacy of propaganda in Socialist Romania. The legacy of propaganda in Socialist Romania under Nicolae Ceausescu's dictatorship is a stark reminder of the power of media in influencing public opinion and controlling the narrative. The manipulation of information and the suppression of dissent through propaganda tactics had far-reaching consequences for the Romanian people, shaping their perceptions and limiting their access to independent sources of information. In conclusion, the use of media for propaganda in Socialist Romania under Nicolae Ceausescu's dictatorship highlights the dangers of information control and manipulation in a totalitarian regime. By understanding how propaganda was utilized during this period, we can gain insights into the impact of media manipulation on society and the importance of critical thinking and independent media in safeguarding against propaganda efforts.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Liberty and Democracy podcast. We hope you found today's content interesting, intriguing, and useful. You're invited to join us again, as our podcast episodes are now published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the meanwhile, don't forget to stop by our website at www.libertarian.center or our Liberty and Democracy YouTube channel at bit.ly/democracy videos.